Is that what you're saying? Because reconciliation
I am humanist.
is an accord.
Okay, I'm humanist. The humanist is I'm a human. So whatever we done, we all make mistakes. Whatever we do, whatever we are, we make mistakes. We make mistakes because we understand that whatever past is past. It's the time we leave the past and come to a future of to make Haiti the way it's supposed to be. Because Haiti, people of Haiti have suffered a lot in everything that the president or past president done.
Okay.
So we need to unite, make us together to forget what we do in the past, make the future is clear like a light.
Okay.
Life.
Now I understand that, and Mr. Marcelus, you are also here, and you are part of the program with your associate there. Now you heard the situation as far as what occurred in Haiti. Jean Claude Duvalier coming back, the present turmoil as far as the election is concerned, and there are some who are saying, like he is expressing that we need to reconciliate, between ourselves or among ourselves. What is your view of this present political situation in Haiti and the return of Jean Claude Duvalier as well?
Okay. I believe before I even talking about the return of former President Jean Claude Duvalier, we must identify the enemies of the Haitian people. Our enemies, they have a tendency to divide us. And former President Jean Claude Duvalier has been struggling for many years to return to his homeland.
Okay.
By the same token also, we cannot forget about former President Jean-Bertrand Aristide.
Okay.
That has been struggle to return to Haiti. My first opinion, only thing is missing. It's fine that President Jean Claude Duvalier returned. It's nice that President Jean Claude Duvalier returned to Haiti. That's 50% of the problem. It will be perfect. It will be 100% admissible for former President Aristide to come back also to the country. I believe this is the opinion of the great majority of the Haitian people. Because in Haiti, today, we have two political parties, the Lavalas and the Duvalieris, but there is a little problem among the members of the Lavalas party. In the last election, they have many candidates, but among the best one is Jean-Henri Seyan. He went to visit President Aristide. He went to visit President Duvalier, and he went also to pay a visit to General Raoul Sedlas.
Okay, you mentioned Jean-Henri Seyan as well, a name that has truly been in the forefront as far as Haitian politics in terms of what I have been hearing thus far. But let's just say the two most political figures that have received a great deal of exposure as far as the Haitian candidacy or Haitian president, elected officials that have ruled that particular country is Duvalier, not to say Duvalier the father or Duvalier the son, and Jean-Bertrand Aristide. So if you have those two people right now, those two forces on that particular island country, which one would be best to govern the country right now at this time? Because Aristide have stated that he wants to return. Jean Claude is already on the turf. Why has not Aristide returned? But if he's allowed to return, what do you think is going to evolve as far as that particular scenario is concerned?
Okay. According to the Haitian Constitution, neither President Jean Claude can be elected again, nor President Aristide.
Why is that?
Because the Constitution said people who can be elected only twice, according to the 1987 Constitution.
Jean Claude was elected once.
But excuse me, But when you calculate, when you try to add the time you spent, the Constitution allows you to spend 10 years in power. And former President Jean Claude Duvalier already spent 10 years, and former President Aristide was elected twice.
But he was ousted, he came back, and he was put back into power again by the international community, to be more specifically, the United States. So isn't that twice?
No. It was, I'm not talking about the time when he returned. He was re-elected again. Remember?
So that's the second time, re-elected again.
No. Yes. President Aristide was elected. It was a coup d'etat that removed him from power.
So they brought him back, the United States
brought him
brought him back.
He finished his first term.
Okay.
After we had President René Préval, who was elected. After President Préval spent 5 years in power, President Jean Claude Duvalier was re-elected again. According to the Constitution, he cannot be re-elected for a third term.
Okay.
Based on the Constitution.
So which means Jean Claude and Jean-Claude Aristide should never be elected.
No, excuse me. Not me. Not what I said. Based on the Constitution.
Based on the Constitution, so they should never be elected again.
They cannot be re-elected again.
Okay.
But they can have some modification, some changes. I don't know.
So they both can be citizens of the country.
They can be citizens of the country. They can live in the country a peaceful life.
Now, for your grandsons and my grandsons, and of course yours as well, who wants to have a better Haiti, because we are not here forever. If there's a message that you want to give to the international community right now that can bring that true reconciliation that everybody talks about, in terms of us fighting together, what can we do to make it a better nation where when you die or when you pass on, you feel that you have a better peace of mind? What would it be?
I will ask to the international community, okay, to leave us alone. Because the international community are organizing 12 invasions. Jean Claude Duvalier government has suffered 11 invasions, and former President Aristide, the last time he was removed from power, it was that invasion, those rebels, they crossed the border. But who financed them? They were financed by the international community. What is now? How can you be the problem and the solution at the same time? That's impossible. You cannot be the problem and the solution at the same time. We Haitians, that's the reason why we have that movement, okay, called reconciliation. We Haitians only we can bail ourselves out of that terrible situation. But the international community is not doing anything good for us.
All right, it's almost as if to divide and to conquer. Again, this is Hallan Daphnis on the World Beat coming to you live from New York here at Radio Pano, one of the most popular radio stations here in the diaspora, more specifically in Brooklyn, New York. We are going to have more of this particular conversation in terms of Jean Claude's return to Haiti, and of course Jean-Bertrand Aristide, who is still in South Africa, who has requested from the international community that he must be reinstalled and returned as well. We will bring you more of updates right here on the World Beat. Again, this is Hallan Daphnis on the World Beat. We'll return right after these words.